Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel, and today I'm showing you my custom version of Black Widow from the Black Widow movie. And it's been a while, but this figure took me really long to do because I tried to make it as detailed as possible, and that took me real long. So yeah, so now let's just get started. So before we take a closer look to the figure itself, I just want to show you two weapons I also bought for her. So first are two batons, which I already got a while ago for an older Black Widow. And I guess these are brick arms batons, but I'm not sure. I just got them for an older Black Widow minifigure, and now I thought that I'd give them the new Black Widow minifigure. And for her second weapon, I just got two of these pistols. As you guys can see, they also, I guess, match really good because Black Widow always got these smaller pistols. And I also think that I got them from Brick Arms. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything about the weapons. So now let's just get them out of the way. So now we can finally take a closer look to the figure itself. And it's a lot of detail on the figure. And I actually started up making her torso. I started up with a Arielite curved torso. As you guys can see, it's curved here. And I took a gray one, and then I started up painting the whole torso in a matte gray color. As you guys can see, that it's non-glossy. Then I painted her zipper on. I tried to do the zipper really detailed with these kind of zipper pieces, we can zip it open. And then I made her black lines here. And I always made these kind of like silver outlining there, that it gives like cool contrast, And then I made her lines in the side here, which goes all around her torso to the back, then end here. And then I actually wanted to do her strap piece here, which is like holding her quiver on the back here. But I actually didn't want to do it like 2D because I wanted to do this strap thing like 3D. So I took a piece of E-tape and I put like some more layers on the E-tape that it's like a bit thicker, and then I cut it out and then just painted it, as you guys can see, with these like lines there. And I actually only made it to here because if I would extend it like to the back, she couldn't move her arms. So I painted the part here under her arms just with normal lines, so that's painted. And that piece goes all the way over her shoulders there, and then come back to quiver here. And now I'm just totally showing you the quiver. So I took off her hair, and I actually made this with a piece of Coke can metal, that's like that aluminium metal, and then I cut it out the shape of the quiver where she actually puts in her batons. Well, these batons wouldn't fit in there because these batons are actually a bit too big, and that's always the problem with scale, but I just did that also 3D. It looks a bit more realistic, and then I just painted that. Then I painted the other things like this thick line here in black, and then outlined it with silver lines again. And that's pretty much everything about the torso. So now I'll show you the legs. So for the legs, I took black legs, also just blank legs, and then I started up making this black extension, like that black actually is from the top here that goes like all the way down, and I outlined it with silver again and painted everything gray. And then I actually glued on her knee pads, which I also made out of Coke can metal, like that aluminium metal, to make it more 3D. And then I actually painted her boots on there. I started up with that black matte color, and I made these like really tiny details on there because she also got like tiny like 3 straps there, but I could only paint on one, and just one strap there, as you guys can see, on each side. And yeah, then I painted her knee pads. I painted them in a glossier color, as you guys can see, and then I also like outlined them with gray. And on the side of her legs, you can see that kind of square, not square, like rectangular piece, but it got like that triangular shape, kind of, it goes up there from here. I made that on both sides identical. Tried to make it the same on each side, and these actually go all the way to the back of her boots. And as you guys can see, I also painted these kind of rectangular, triangular shaped lines also on the inside of her legs. I actually always paint the inside of the legs of my minifigures too, because that makes it more accurate. And what I also did for like every Black Widow figure, I made like these straps and the gun holsters with E-tape. I made like these straps and I stick them on. And I also made her gun holsters out of a rubbery material, but this time I took a thicker material because I thought that if the gun holsters are thicker, that they look better. I also made them on the other side. These are actually the holsters for the pistols I showed you earlier. And yeah, and then at least I just painted her soles there with silver. And that's pretty much everything about her legs. And then here I just made her belt also with E-tape, just a big strap which I glued together here, and then I just cutted out some aluminium metal pieces, again like these Coke can metal pieces, and then I just glued them on and then painted them, tried to do them really detailed, made like this Black Widow symbol, as you guys can see there, and these kind of square things inside of these golden things. And yeah, on the back of her belt you can also see some golden detail pieces. They're also 3D, and then like this dark black piece with like gray lines in it. And yeah, so that's pretty much about her legs. So now let's just move on to her arms. So her arms were actually a lot easier to make because they weren't as detailed as the other parts. And there I just started up making this like black thing here, like on the sides, which is like from the black line which go from here. And then I outlined it with silver again. And then I made like that black thing also in the back of her arms and outlined it again. And then I just painted everything in gray. And then I added like her elbow pads. They're also from like a piece of aluminium metal. And then I also painted them in glossy black because like I made all the protection pads like in a glossy black color. And then I also outlined that. And then I actually made like her shooters here. That was a aluminium piece. And then I just painted that golden, and then made like that black triangular thing here, which you got on the arms. And as you guys can see on her shoulders up here, she also got the shoulder pads, which I made. Like she got like these shoulder pads, like one is on the upper side, and then it's like another one underneath it, and then just like these 2 red dots, and that's also same on the other side. And when I finished everything on her body, I just repainted the normal Lego Black Widow face, which I took for her. I just repainted her lips in a like pinkish reddish, like darkish reddish color, because her lips were a bit too light and I just wanted to do them a bit darker. And yeah, and then the last challenge of Black Widow was her hair, because I wasn't sure which hair I'm gonna use. I had the option of like the braid piece, because in the trailer I saw it with that braid Lego piece, which I actually used for my Black Widow from Endgame, and I was thinking of using this, and I wasn't sure, and I also ordered from Firestar Toys this kind of special custom hair, because you also got like the hair without the braid in the movie. I also saw a scene with kind of this hair, which is similar to this here. I just had to shorten her hair actually, but then I thought I'm gonna do something different. I'm not gonna use the braid and not the custom piece, because I thought I'm like going to do her hair like her comic style hair, which is like similar to this piece. And you know, her new suit here is, I think it's similar to the comic suit, because she got like the golden belt and then like black and a bit and then gray in her suit, like in the comics, you know. And I thought I used this hair because I also saw a picture from the Black Widow movie with the hair which is similar to this hair, and decided to take this hair and modify it. And then I just cut it off a lot of her hair, and then I shortened it on the back side, as you guys can see here. It's a bit shorter as this here, so I made this shorter. And on the front I cut it off her front piece here. That was that. And I just totally resculpted her front of her hairpiece. And then when I finished sculpting it, I just painted it in a reddish color, like reddish brown. And then I actually finished her hair, and I completed the whole minifigure. And that's everything about my custom new Black Widow minifigure. And without further ado, let's just conclude this showcase video. So thank you really much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see more, also check out my Flickr, Instagram, or Facebook. The link will be down in the description. And I'll see you in the next video, and bye bye.